Hey everybody, Eric here from Bloat Games coming at you tonight. I wanted to continue my series on the index card RPG. I'm calling this series the deep dives. Instead of doing a single review, I'm just sorry about that. Just got a call in the middle of my live stream. What? How unprofessional. So anyways, this is part of my deep dive into ICRPG or Index Card RPG by Runehammer Games. If you want to check out the first video, you can check out part 1 on my channel. I covered that video. I covered the core mechanic, which has attempts and effect and stuff like that, so you can get into that. I also covered the one target per room with the -3 for easy, -3 for hard. But tonight, what I really wanted to go into next was the loot tables and loot. In my previous video, I mentioned a couple times a couple different things about opening chests. Part of the flavor of ICRPG and part of the fun is it's handled. They handle treasure, which is referred to as loot, in a way that's, for at least to my knowledge, is unique to this game. But I think it's a great idea. Your characters in ICRPG will be class-based characters. But however, this is not a class and level system. You don't level up. How your character improves is based solely on the loot that you find. How your character gets more magic spells is based on the scrolls that you find. So there's all kinds of different things you can find. You can find additional hearts. That's how you get additional hit points. All right. Each heart is worth 10 hit points. Alright, and so most character classes start with just 1 heart. There's a couple of the more burly classes that start with 2. But let's see. But they're essentially how your character is going to improve and do better or survive longer is all based off the loot that they get. Okay, so like you could open a chest and find a heart, which will give you an additional 10 hit points, or you can be gifted a heart. That's called a kingly gift, because it's a very big deal to get a heart in this game. But if you go to the back of the book, the ICRPG book, starting on page 12, there's going to be different loot tables. So they got starter loot tables. Now starter loot tables may be like if you roll, let's say, a 1, you get moldy buns, which is food. This heals 5 hit points, but tastes horrible or tastes simply awful. So if you're out and you roll this for your starter loot, you're out and you're getting beat on some, you at least have a chance to heal some stuff. All right. That's another thing that you may get is let's say a silver sword. All right. Silver sword, of course, is categorized as a weapon. You get +1 to effort, and it contains silver properties. All right. Disguise kit, is an item. You do ultimate effort on easy checks when deceiving a stranger. So as I explained in my previous review, remember that for all attempts, you roll effort. And so for effort, it's kind of like damage. But so like when you do a spell, you still got to roll effort to see how much that spell does. Same thing for like if you're picking pockets. Anything you do is based off that one core mechanic. Thus, getting any of these things can affect, any of the loot can affect certain outcomes of your character. All right. But then they got some stuff like shabby loot. All right, shabby loot is going to be, let's see, you get a coin box which has 3d12 coins in it. Not bad. Let's see, a worn longbow weapon has 10% chance of breaking when using. All right, Let's see. You can get a rune stone, which is an item. Must have wisdom of 10. If killed in battle, can bring you back from Asgard. But how? So that's, you know, that's another table that they got is shabby loot, as well as in the book they have what's called class quest loot, which these are things that are going to be specific to your class that you can go on quests for to try to find and retrieve. All right, and these things are going to help out your classes. So again, loot has a lot to do with this. Now, in the PDF version of ICRPG, there's additional tables. So there's some that's even cursed tables. Sometimes, you know, a lot of times you'll just roll like these tables that I've been mentioning. Well, the shabby loot and the starter loot are D100 tables, right? Sometimes you'll roll. Sometimes the GM will pick. Sometimes the GM will let you pick. So there's just different ways to handle that. But again, loot is one of the major components because that's how your character advances. There's no XP system. There's no leveling up. None of that. If you want to get more hit points, if you want to get better bonuses to do actions, you want to get better bonuses to do spells, you want to get better bonuses to do skills, which there's no skill rolls, but what would be considered a skill, you know, perception, different things like that, sneaking, stealth, all that type stuff would be based off of the loot you find, and that's how your character progresses in ICRPG. All right, that's what I got for you guys tonight. Sorry for the interruption. I'll be back in a couple days, who knows, to do part 3. But so far we covered the core mechanic, which is the attempts and effort. All right, we've covered the loot, which is very important. So I'll come back. I'll try to get another one of the big concepts, and then we might dive deeper into some of the smaller stuff. So that's what I got for you guys today. I'm Eric. Y'all have a good one. Bye.